Hi, this is me.
I won't lie, but this is actually me when I played that security breach game.
Oh my god, no! No, Monty, no! No! Monty, no! No! Don't kill me, Monty!
I actually never played the security breach game. It's just a short skit that I just think about making it just to show how real the reactions are whenever people play those Five Nights at Freddy's games. And it's just a jump scare video. Just look at the watermark. Look at the watermark on the video. It's just a jump scare video. My god, it's so obvious. I'm such a sham. Just continue on with the video.
So I didn't really get any to play the FNAF Security Breach, nor would I even have the passion or the desire to play that game. I wasn't really inclined here in the first place. It's the type of this decision that I wouldn't make, and I know that a lot of you people are maybe definitely not giving a duck about what I was saying right now, since it's just another video that some of you people are just going to pass by and not actually watching it. I didn't really get any point or any just overall giving the game a chance to be played. It's not just because that of how my laptop wouldn't really handle everything that's going on, like knowing about how the game just looks overall big. The way I would just overall just look at the whole game, the whole idea of the free roaming 5 Nights at Freddy's, which is something that I wouldn't really have to see from an original FNAF game, since it's usually just point and click, and I really like the variety. This is such a random thing to say, but at the same time, I really gotta admire the whole new franchise trying to change a concept for something new, and I really appreciate that, and it's something that I would have to give it a score. I just really don't feel like playing the Security Breach game, even if it's new, even if it's so popular in the internet. It just doesn't really interest me as a very old FNAF veteran. I would have stopped playing Five Nights at Freddy's ever since the Help Wanted or the VR would start to get published on the game community. And by the time FNAF got so modernized, the Security Breach series just changes everything to the whole FNAF franchise, talking about how it changed the whole new identity rather than the kind of identity that I was looking for way back then, where it has that kind of lore that I was so interested in or so invested overall. And I know how some of you people are just going to disagree with the things that I'm saying, but with this kind of statement that I was about to state it for every single one of you, I really don't like the game that much. Not much of a fan. I know statement is just subjective, so take it or leave it or whatever it is. The game doesn't just feel overall scary. Like, we have been through so many seasons, and the amount of jump scares from the game, or how the game is just, jump scare reliant as a way, if they thought of it as a way to get all the amount of horror. This is why some of the people would have been reacting differently, instead of actually getting scared, but getting to the point where it's really a lot more frustrating, more than it is to be scary. I think that's one of these things that kind of turns me off from playing the whole game. A lot of people would have been playing that game knowing how it's just another Five Nights at Freddy's game, knowing how it's released, but at the same time, I really appreciate how the franchise just keeps on going and doing everything it takes to keep it alive and fresh for new demographic, or just overall for the new people who are just on their way to introduce the whole new franchise. This is not really making any sense anymore. It's just the environment, really. And this one thing that kind of turns me off from into seeing it, it's just the amount of colors that you see in the game. Like, it's so bright, and there's nothing really terrifying that you can find from these characters, except from some of those characters that look really kind of ruined, or anything that you would have to describe about the characters, like the Afton guy or the Blob. Like, the concept of it, that's an exception. And there are just some other parts that made the game to feel so scary for the least. Like, the kind of immersive experience that it makes you really feel as if you are in that game. Judging on how the game is, being played in the first person view, everything that it feels, the feeling of being chased, the feeling of how your life is on the line just by getting chased by all these animatronics who are trying to look out for you. And if you want to talk about the story, it was pretty cool. Not in a way that it feels a lot better than the very old FNAF lore. And it's something that kind of separates to what I really used to see. And it's really that different. I like how, it takes place on the Mega Pizzaplex. It's just so different, but at the same time, it was really, really kind of interesting to see, since, there are some new characters that have been introduced to the game, which, just really kind of builds along with the identity of the whole franchise. And yeah, that's just about it. And I know how there are some parts in the game where just, the reactions that you get from all the jump scare just gives you the boost most of the time. It's just startling, Startling is a lot different than the game being scary, and it doesn't really add up to that much value, since it's just a sudden feeling with your heart pumping up so high when that would have happened. And as of being scared, it's where you would usually get the kind of feel, or the kind of just overall the vibe that you've been getting from what's going on around you, and having the thought of it just generates the idea of how scary the game can also be. I think the game would have also have that kind of element, and it's also good in a way, but at the same time I really gotta appreciate the amount of effort they've done into this, for after so many times or months, I actually kind of forgot, since I haven't been tuning out to a lot of FNAF for too long, and never even got into the community in the first place. I just really like the whole franchise, and that's just about it. And I know how the new series brought a lot of people back to their very old FNAF bases. Like, I would have seen so many content that is related to every Five Nights at Freddy's content that is being referenced, even the old ones, which it really warms my heart to the point where it makes me feel so, I don't know, it just makes me happy. Like, knowing how FNAF has been such a great game, or how FNAF has been such a great franchise after all these years, ever since the beginning to the current. I'm just overall really glad how it keeps on going for some people, and it just feels like a new chapter to the whole series. I really can't wait on how this franchise is gonna turn out even more. And if I want to make a general consensus of the game, or just what I really thought about in a nutshell, it's a really, really decent game. But at the same time, it's something that I wouldn't really feel like playing. I still really feel clingy to the very old FNAF series, and it's really weird because, knowing how Security Breach made everyone go back through their FNAF bases, and instead of getting to the new one, I would really feel like playing the old ones as well. And besides of that, I'm only just watching the Walton Files, and it's weird because instead of actually playing the new Security Breach of the Five Nights at Freddy's one, like the whole new series, instead it made me watch the Walton Files. It was such a scary analog horror series that it even made me have nightmares whenever I was trying to sleep on my own bed. And, having the thought of, getting all the kind of disturbance, it's something that I wouldn't really have to forget about in the long run, and it still gets me until now. Recommend you to give it all a watch. So overall, it was a decent game, even if I wouldn't really have any chance to play it, but I've seen the ending of the game and it was really kind of disappointing for anyone else. I really appreciate how Scott would have ended his career on doing FNAF with just one more game, and he's been such a great guy. He's been such a, he really changed the whole horror gaming community, and how Five Nights at Freddy's really changed the internet, or the whole industry, by storm. Yet again, it's something that I wouldn't really have to play, but at the same time, I'm really glad that how some people would have enjoyed the game, and that's just all that matters, really. All the criticisms aside, and I just really hope the whole franchise just wouldn't have to stop there, and I would just have to keep the curiosity going, and just by wondering on where is this just gonna go even further. So that it is for today. I'm not sure if this is what I call a rambling video, but at the same time, it just feels like it. I have to make a topic that is security breach related because I really want views in this channel. That's just about it. Since it's Five Nights at Freddy's, and I really like Five Nights at Freddy's. You guys like Five Nights at Freddy's, so we're definitely on the same page in this one. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this video, I didn't really have any ideas into making this. I just really thought it would be a good idea to make a Five Nights at Freddy's related video after so many months or years after not creating one. It was such a great franchise. It even made me feel like getting into horror in the first place. Yeah, the first FNAF game I would play is the second season of FNAF, since I really find it a lot easier than the first game, but still ends up getting jump scared anyway in the first try. Leave a like, subscribe if you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have any thoughts or feelings about the Security Breach, or if you guys have played Security Breach or anything Security Breach related, comment down below. I really want to hear some of you guys' thoughts, and if you had some kind of disagreements, please feel free. I'm giving you all the free will to let me know what you really think, and I think I would have to reply to every single one of the comments that just exists, even if it's random. I don't care. Turn on those notifications in case if you don't want to miss any type of videos that I create. This whole month, now that January is ending, I just didn't really came up with just a lot of ideas. February is gonna be better since I've been packing up with a lot of ideas, and it's gonna be Valentine's real soon. Man, I never made any kind of these videos for so long where I would have to feel like saying about something or talking about something, but at the same time I feel like I was struggling again. Oh dear. Okay, so anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. I will see you guys